Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, the fallout after Spirit's sudden shutdown and a near disaster at Newark Airport.
The woman who made history at the Kentucky Derby, and we have an exclusive for Star Wars Day.
Stranded without Spirit, the passengers struggling to get home after the budget airline suddenly shut down.
You don't do something like that to people.
This colliding with the busy summer travel season. What does it mean for airfare across the industry? And now, could other airlines be in danger?
The moment a United jet flying close to traffic hits a bakery truck on the New Jersey Turnpike. What else happened to the plane, packed with more than 200 passengers, on its final approach to the runway?
Holy oh my goodness.
Breaking news, urgent manhunt.
Got like 15 gunshot victims.
Overnight, a mass shooting at a lakeside party as authorities hunt for the suspects.
Cruise catastrophe. The investigation into a suspected deadly hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship in the Atlantic. The latest this morning on the passengers still on that boat. Campus confrontation.
Am I allowed to stand here?
Ah! He just ran over my foot!
The president of Cornell University under fire, accused of bumping students with his car at a slow speed after a heated debate. Why he says he was actually the victim.
Britney Spears, the pop superstar's DUI case set to go before a judge. What could happen in court?
Miracle baby. How little Cassian was born twice. This morning, details on the groundbreaking surgery treating a condition known as chaos. We hear from Cassian's doctor and his parents.
Golden moment. History made at the Kentucky Derby. The first woman trainer to win the Run for the Roses with Golden Tempo. GMA spoke to Cherie DeVoe.
And may the 4th be with you.
Strap in.
We're celebrating Star Wars Day with an exclusive look at a new movie.
What are you waiting for?
See it first, only on GMA. Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Monday. Good morning, America.
We do say good morning, America, and it is a busy Monday morning. Coming up, the growing toll from the war with Iran. President Trump now vowing the U.S. will help guide ships out of that crucial Strait of Hormuz.
And now Iran's military is issuing a new threat as the blockade drives gas prices up. We're going to begin, though, with the fallout from the shutdown of Spirit Airlines. Budget carriers shut down this weekend after running out of money, leaving thousands of passengers stranded. Chief Business Correspondent Rebecca Jarvis starts us off. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning to you, George. And imagine this. You are on a trip or in the middle of a layover and this happens. Well, that is exactly what happened to thousands of passengers and employees when Spirit Airlines shut down over the weekend.
This morning, as America's most recognizable budget airline is shuttering its doors, travelers across the country are left reeling.
A budget traveler like me depend on this airline.
More than 24 hours after Spirit Airlines' last flight landed in Dallas, stranded passengers paying hundreds more out of pocket just to get home.
We did not have any money. We had to pay $1,600 for the flight for today. But we had to call someone to help us because we couldn't afford it.
You don't do something like that to people.
The airline's sudden closure comes just 9 months since Spirit filed for bankruptcy for the second time. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy saying this announcement was in the making for a while.
They filed for bankruptcy again last year. They were bleeding money. And so this was in the works for some time. They were going to have to liquidate.
With the cost of fuel skyrocketing and the busy summer travel season just around the corner, it's unclear if rising costs could push other airlines to the brink, even as travel demand remains strong despite higher airfares. Low-cost carriers already feeling the pressure, asking the Trump administration for a relief package of $2.5 billion. Transportation Secretary Duffy saying at this point he doesn't think it's necessary because they still have cash on hand. The Spirit collapse means more than 1,300 crew members are coming home and 17,000 Spirit Airlines employees left without a job.
It was somewhat kind of unreal, and I really haven't processed it all yet.
Emotional farewells from fellow pilots and air traffic controllers heard over the weekend.
Hey, Spirit, from us guys at American, good luck to y'all. Sorry to hear what happened.
Well, it was a pleasure working with you guys, and I wish you the best.
Very, very classy there. Well, overnight, Spirit Airlines said most of the travelers who booked with the airline directly using a credit or debit card had received their refunds by Saturday. A small percentage of those refunds are still being processed. They also say that most crew members have returned home. If you booked with miles, you're going to have to wait till bankruptcy proceedings. And George, generally these things get wiped out in a bankruptcy.
Right. What does it mean for other airlines?
So right now, what we're seeing from airlines is they keep increasing prices, but the customer keeps showing up despite these higher prices. We've actually seen the average domestic fare go up 21%. It is now $570. It's going up. If they can keep raising prices and people still pay them, you're going to see higher prices.
They're going to stay there.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Rebecca. Now to the collision caught on camera. The wheel of a United Airlines jet carrying hundreds of passengers hit a truck. Thankfully, that driver is okay. Also hit a light pole on the New Jersey Turnpike as it was coming in for landing at Newark Airport. Transportation correspondent Gio Benitez at that airport with the latest for us. Good morning to you, Gio.
Robin, good morning. We can't say it enough how close this came to an absolute disaster. Incredibly, as you said, Robin, the driver of that bakery truck survived. In fact, nobody in this was seriously hurt. This morning, the terrifying dash camera video showing the moment that the wheel of a United Airlines plane slams into a bakery truck. The driver cruising along the New Jersey Turnpike when all of a sudden, there's debris everywhere. United Flight 169 packed with more than 230 people on board flying from Venice, Italy.
Holy oh my goodness.
Flying dangerously close to traffic below at around 2 p.m. Sunday as it tried to land at Newark Liberty International Airport.
Did you see all that wind? Oh my goodness.
The aircraft also striking a light pole as it made its final approach to the runway.
This aircraft was literally inches from disaster. The crew was having to eyeball, were they coming in at the right angle? Were they going to be at the right altitude? Clearly, we see them fighting that altitude as they come in.
The driver inside that delivery truck identified by his employer as Warren Boardley. He was taken to the hospital where he was treated and released for minor injuries. United says the aircraft landed safely and there were no injuries on board, telling ABC News it will conduct a rigorous flight safety investigation, adding, "Our crew has been removed from service as part of the process." The FAA and NTSB also investigating. And so the NTSB is now sending an investigator here to Newark today. And United has been ordered to secure that cockpit voice recorder and the flight data recorder for this investigation. But boy, George, this one was really shocking.
Boy, it sure was. Okay, Gio, thanks. We're going to get the latest on the war with Iran. Tensions high this morning as President Trump says the U.S. will help guide ships through the Strait of Hormuz, and Iran vows to retaliate. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce has the story. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. And the president says he is launching this new effort to help ships that are linked to countries not involved in the war that are stuck in the Strait of Hormuz. But this morning, Iran says they will attack U.S. forces if they attempt to interfere in the strait. This morning, with the war in Iran now in its 10th week and the economic toll of the conflict mounting here at home, President Trump announcing the U.S. will help stranded cargo ships leave the Strait of Hormuz starting today, dubbing it Project Freedom. The president posting, "We will guide their ships safely out of these restricted waterways so that they can freely and ably get on with their business." Adding, "I am fully aware that my representatives are having very positive discussions with the country of Iran," despite later claiming Iran's latest proposal is not acceptable. An official telling ABC the new effort will not include military escorts, but that the U.S. will provide a defensive umbrella over ships entering or leaving the strait, coordinating safe traffic. U.S. Central Command saying the U.S. will use guided missile destroyers, over 100 land and sea-based aircraft, and over 15,000 service members to carry out the job. Iran, which maintains a chokehold on the strait, quickly firing back, calling Trump's effort delusional. Iran's military saying this morning it will attack U.S. forces if they attempt to approach or interfere in the Strait of Hormuz. But the president calling this new effort a humanitarian gesture to help ships linked to countries not involved in the war, and threatening any interference with the operation will unfortunately have to be dealt with forcefully. Trump's announcement coming after 2 more cargo ships were reportedly attacked Sunday by multiple small crafts off the coast of Iran. It comes as the shaky ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran now enters its fourth week with no deal in sight, and as the U.S. continues its own naval blockade of Iranian ports, which has so far turned around 45 commercial ships, putting financial pressure on Iran. U.S. forces seizing at least one ship alleging the vessel tried to violate the blockade after 6 hours of warnings. ABC News now learning that the U.S. has transferred the 22 crew members from that ship to Pakistan to be repatriated to Iran. As the war drags on, hundreds of ships remain stuck in that vital shipping lane where 20% of the world's oil travels through. Back in the U.S., gas prices skyrocketing, now averaging $4.43 nationwide, a nearly 40-cent jump from just last week. And as the war drives gas prices up to those 4-year highs, our new ABC News Washington Post Ipsos poll shows that disapproval is growing. 62% of Americans now disapprove of the job Trump is doing, just 37% approving, and 2/3 say the country is headed in the wrong direction, George.
And Marion, a sign of the high tensions, just moments ago, Iran claiming that they hit a U.S. frigate with missiles, but the U.S. denying it.
Yeah, George, in a statement just now from CENTCOM posting on X, they say that the truth is that, quote, no U.S. Navy ships have been struck, saying U.S. forces are supporting Project Freedom and enforcing the naval blockade on Iranian ports. But you are right, George, it is a sign of just how tense these moments are.
Mary Bruce, thanks. Robin?
And George, we're going to turn now to breaking news overnight. An urgent manhunt after a mass shooting at a campground in Oklahoma. Victims are rushed to the hospital. Authorities are still searching for the suspects. Our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, is tracking the latest for us. Good morning, Aaron.
Hey, good morning, Robin. There may have been more than one shooter here. We know 10 victims were taken to the hospital. More may have driven themselves, and the hunt now is on for suspects.
We got like 15 gunshot victims out here.
Overnight, a mass shooting at a lakeside party outside Oklahoma City injured more than a dozen people.
All units responding, there are going to be multiple gunshot victims. We're still hearing shooting on the line.
Officials say shots rang out around 9 p.m. at Arcadia Lake, where a large group of young adults were having a party.
I would guesstimate probably 200 to 300 rounds were shot up, is what it seemed like.
Jason Hearn was camping a couple yards away.
We just heard people yelling in their cars, they're over there shooting, they're over there shooting.
Hearn said he ran to help and found 7 people on the ground with gunshot wounds.
As I was going through, I could see people with leg wounds. There was one young lady already she was already tying up a tourniquet on her legs. It's just tragic.
Police investigating throughout the night. They say there's no reason right now to believe there's a threat to the public.
This is obviously a very terrifying situation. We are working extremely hard to find these suspects and help these victims.
And right now there is nobody in custody. Police were searching for suspects in a black SUV, interviewing eyewitnesses who said there was some kind of fight before the shots rang out. It's not clear the extent of any of these injuries yet, though, guys.
Okay, Aaron, thanks very much. Now to the urgent search for 2 U.S. soldiers who went missing during a training exercise in Morocco. Jay O'Brien has the latest. Good morning, Jay.
George, good morning to you. That urgent search for those 2 missing U.S. service members now entering its 3rd day. Both soldiers, according to a U.S. official, are with the Army and were on a hike Saturday near the remote Moroccan city of Tantan, right between the edge of the Saharan desert and the Moroccan coast. It's believed that U.S. officials says the service members may have fallen off a cliff into the ocean. There's no indication of foul play. It happened during a massive annual military exercise involving 5,000 troops from about 40 countries from the U.S., NATO allies, Morocco, and other African nations. And this morning, an extensive joint search and rescue effort is still underway using both U.S. and Moroccan military assets. That includes helicopters, drones, ships, as well as troops hiking the cliffs and divers swimming down below. Those missing soldiers have not yet been publicly identified. Robin.
But hopefully they will be found soon. Jay, thank you. Now the battle over abortion pills sent through the mail. 2 manufacturers are asking the Supreme Court to weigh in after a federal appeals court temporarily blocked access. Elizabeth Schulze is in Washington with more for us. Good morning to you, Elizabeth.
Good morning to you, Robin. So the Supreme Court is now once again at the center of a legal battle over access to the abortion pill. Late Friday, that federal appeals court in Louisiana ruled that doctors across every state could no longer prescribe the pill mifepristone by mail or telemedicine while a legal challenge plays out. So now 2 drug drug companies that make the pill are appealing to the Supreme Court. They say that this lower court ruling causes immediate confusion and dramatic upheaval for patients across the country. Mifepristone was approved as safe and effective by the FDA back in 2000. It's used in about 2/3 of all abortions in the U.S., and it's also commonly used in miscarriages. Louisiana and other states are trying to restrict its access. And since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, we have seen 20 Republican-led states now ban or severely limit all abortion access, while many Democratic-led states have passed laws to protect providers who prescribe the abortion pill by mail. It is not clear if or when the Supreme Court will weigh in on this. It did already reject a similar attempt to restrict access to the pill 2 years ago. But the bottom line here this morning, patients nationwide right now cannot get the medication by mail unless the high court steps in. George.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will. Okay, Elizabeth, thanks very much. Now to the NBA playoffs. Second round now set, tipping off tonight between New York and Philadelphia. Yeah. Ike Ajayi is covering the Sixers, but we're going to begin with Will Reeve outside Madison Square Garden. Good morning, Will.
Good morning to you, George. So it's a bit quiet right now outside the world's most famous arena. Got a couple fan friends here with me, but tonight this place will be absolutely packed with rabid Knicks fans as they begin their second round of the NBA playoffs. The matchups are now set after 2 Game 7s last night. The Cavaliers advancing and the Detroit Pistons, the #1 seed, coming back from 3-1 down in their series to hold off the Orlando Magic. And round 2 getting underway tonight here at Madison Square Garden between the Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers. It's a rematch of their 2024 first round series. The Knicks won that one in 6 games, and the Sixers to get here came back from 3-1 down in their own series, beating the heavily favored Boston Celtics, and they are ready for a tough test here tonight. The Knicks to get here, they won by 51 points in their Game 6 over the Atlanta Hawks. That's the 4th largest margin of victory in NBA playoff history. The Knicks have been led by their superstar Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, and the rest of them. And then tonight, everyone's fired up. Even though it's the second round, it's going to feel like Game 7 of the finals, as it always does here in the playoffs. The fans will be going wild. Celebrity Row will be packed. Big question, what will Timothée Chalamet do? Will he be here in Midtown, or will he be uptown at the Met Gala? Last year, he skipped the Met Gala to watch a Knicks game on his phone, so we'll see what he does. Either way, going to be a stiff test for the Knicks. And what do you have to say, fans? We're saying a lot. We're all fired up. We'll get our cheers in order before the game, guys.
You got it, Will. And you know, we're about equal time here on GMA. So let's go to Ike, who's there in Philadelphia. Good morning to you, Ike.
Good morning, Robin. It's a beautiful day here in Philadelphia. The fans are excited, the band sounds good, and the Sixers just beat the Celtics in a Game 7 series, something they haven't done since the early 80s, and now they get to play the New York Knicks. Listen, there are so many storylines here. It's a rematch from the 2024 series. Both teams are on a 3-game winning streak, and will the Sixers actually be able to fill up their own arena? Listen, Philly star Joel Embiid after Game 7 telling the fans that he needs them, asking them not to resell their tickets, especially to Knicks fans. He's trying to avoid what happened 2 years ago when he said the Xfinity Mobile Arena looked like Madison Square Garden East. Listen, he asked and the team listened. They're restricting ticket sales to the greater Philadelphia area. They're doing that for Games 3, 4, and 6. I don't think it'll get that far, but let me tell you something. The fans here, they want their revenge against the Knicks. I don't think it's going to happen. What do you guys think, huh?
Hey, Ike, you are a brave man. I was talking to Matt and Aliana, the morning anchors at WPVI, our ABC station there in Philly. They said you had the nerve to wear that jersey. You had the nerve to wear that Knicks jersey.
He's flaunting it.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, Ike. Coming up, Trevor Ault has the latest on Britney Spears. Hey, Trevor.
Hey, good morning, George. So she's facing a DUI charge, and in just a few hours, she's set to enter a plea. We'll tell you what we're expecting in court and what we're hearing about a possible plea deal that's coming up.
All right, Trevor. Also had the investigation into a deadly virus outbreak on a cruise ship in the Atlantic. 3 passengers have died. What we know right now.
And the miracle baby who was born twice, undergoing surgery to fix a rare, often deadly condition weeks before his actual birth. We're going to hear from the parents.
Coming up here on GMA, we are kicking off our 6-week Shape Up Challenge. We have a group of experts that are going to help us all reach our goals.
And it's the first Monday in May, which means the Met Gala is just hours away. We're going to tell you about it when we come back.
I'm Mark Jacobs, and I'm playing myself.
You hope. I told you she'd hate the bow.
To see the characters in person is so surreal.
Back here on GMA, that's just a little behind the scenes of the #1 movie in theaters this weekend. Surprises from fashion royalty and The Devil Wears Prada 2. As the designers get ready for tonight's Met Gala, Deborah Roberts will be giving us a preview of what we can expect from the Super Bowl of fashion.
One of her biggest nights.
That is.
Always.
Deb loves it.
Yes, first new at 7:30. Rudy Giuliani has been hospitalized. A spokesman for the 81-year-old former New York mayor said he was in critical but stable condition after being admitted on Sunday. The reason for the hospitalization not yet known. Search is underway for a 22-year-old Northern Kentucky University student missing since last Monday. Police are asking the public to help locate Murray Alexis Faust and releasing recent surveillance images to help in the search. According to reports, Faust's backpack and phone have been found.
And Shakira performed a free concert on Brazil's famous Copacabana beach for an estimated, are you ready for this, 2 million people. 2 million, the largest audience of her career. She called it magical. I'm sure it was.
2 million. We're going to turn on now to a hearing today in the DUI case against Britney Spears, who was officially charged by California prosecutors last week. Trevor Ault is in Los Angeles with the story. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, George. So it's been 2 months since Britney Spears was arrested for DUI in an incident where her own representatives seem concerned about her. And today we're expecting to learn if she is planning to fight that charge.
This morning, pop superstar Britney Spears is expected to enter a plea. The 44-year-old is charged with driving under the influence of alcohol and at least one drug. Reportedly spotted leaving rehab over the weekend, she voluntarily checked herself in for treatment following her arrest in early March when California Highway Patrol had responded to reports of an erratic driver. Representatives for Spears called her behavior unfortunate and inexcusable, saying hopefully this can be the first step in long overdue change that needs to occur in Britney's life. And it wasn't the first time she'd been stopped. In 2023, she was pulled over twice in the same month, once for speeding and then again for crossing double yellow lines.
Do you know you can't pass on the double yellows?
Spears' arrest comes 5 years after fans rallied to free her from a long-standing conservatorship. In recent weeks, she's posted pictures with her sons thanking the public for their support. The DUI charge she's now facing is a misdemeanor, meaning she is not required to attend today's hearing in person. The Ventura County District Attorney's Office says the DUI case will be handled according to standard protocols.
Oftentimes what happens is they plea it down to reckless driving. They will give her 12 months of probation, and oftentimes there's fines that have to be paid. This is typical, and she, in this case, turned herself in and was in a substance abuse program. That is going to bode really well with the court.
And we have learned the district attorney's office has already offered a plea deal, which would allow Britney to avoid jail time if she pleads guilty. She would get probation and be required to pay a fine and attend DUI classes. Guys.
All right. Thank you, Trevor. Now, the deadly virus outbreak on a cruise ship in the Atlantic. One person has tested positive for the rare virus. Maggie Rulli has the latest for us. Good morning to you, Maggie.
Hey, good morning, Robin. Yeah, this morning, global health officials are responding to what's being called a serious medical situation on board the Dutch ship Hondius. 3 passengers have died. At least another 3 are sick, including one person in intensive care, and what's being a suspected outbreak of the rare and deadly hantavirus. Now, the ship has 149 tourists on board, including 17 U.S. citizens. It left Argentina 3 weeks ago and is currently sitting off of Africa's west coast. Oceanwide Expeditions, which operates the vessel, says it's working with authorities, and in a statement writes, "We are currently establishing the full facts and working on appropriate medical care, screening, and next steps." Now, people typically get sick with hantavirus after contact with rats or mice, and it doesn't normally spread between people. It's rare, but it's deadly, with around 35% of patients dying after being infected. The virus recently made headlines after the late actor Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy were found dead in New Mexico last year. It was determined she had died from hantavirus. There's no treatment or cure. Guys.
Such a scary time. All right. Maggie, thank you. We're going to call this Miracle Monday. We're back now. Incredible story of a miracle baby who was born twice, undergoing a groundbreaking surgery to treat a rare and often deadly condition weeks before officially arriving in the world. Hannah Batal has that story and what the parents are saying this morning. I know they have to be so grateful.
Absolutely. A Miracle Monday. I like the sound of it, Robin. Good morning. It's a groundbreaking surgery that was really only possible because of a doctor's determination and parents who refused to lose hope.
This morning, the family of 8-month-old Cassian has 2 times the reason to be grateful. Thanks to a groundbreaking surgery that allowed him to be born not once, but twice.
Not a lot of women get to have a C-section, but they're still pregnant after.
At 19 weeks pregnant, Kashira and Greg Joubert receiving the devastating news that their second child had a rare condition called congenital high airway obstruction syndrome, also known as chaos. It's characterized by a blockage of the airway, causing fluid to become trapped in an unborn baby's lungs.
Their lungs get bigger, tighter, more pressure. It begins to squeeze the baby's heart. Most of these babies die.
No one ever wants to hear that this baby has a very real chance of, dying in the womb, not even making it to birth.
We had about, I'd say, conservative to say, 20 to 25% chance of positive outlook before our first surgery.
After one procedure proved unsuccessful, Dr. Emmanuel Vlastos at Orlando's Winnie Palmer Hospital opted to try an extraordinary alternative. At 25 weeks, he partially delivered Cassian via C-section, his head and neck outside of the womb, but still connected to the placenta, as the medical team worked to place a temporary tube in his airway.
Then we replaced the baby back into the uterus and we closed the uterus, and mom stayed in the hospital until delivery.
It's the first time a surgery like this has been successful for a baby like Cassian. The medical team even taking this photo of Cassian during the procedure.
It was a glimpse of the future. It was a glimpse of a little baby boy that I would eventually take home from the hospital.
At 31 weeks, Kashira's water broke and Cassian came back into the world. And after 132 days in the NICU, he was ready to go home.
Congratulations, Cassian. What greater triumph was it than that we could finally take our baby home?
Cassian and his family are now preparing to celebrate his upcoming first birthday. Or is that birthdays?
We're planning just a small party for his first birthday. The anniversary of the surgery that saved his life. And then, of course, for his birthday, we're going to have another birthday bash for him there to celebrate full year.
Cassian is still relying on a ventilator and a feeding tube and faces at least 2 more surgeries ahead. But the family, of course, is grateful for the miracle that got him this far.
So sweet.
I know.
So sweet. I'm thinking 2 birthdays for the rest of his life.
Yes, that's
each
right,
year.
Dad. I'm with you there. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Play the daytime. History of the Kentucky Derby. Sherry DeVoe becoming the first woman trainer to ever win the Run for the Roses. Sophie Flay is here with the story. Hey, Sophie.
Hey, guys. Good morning. It is one of the oldest sporting events in the country, and this year's race was a nail-biter. Watching the actual race was almost as fun as watching the winning horse's trainer, who made history over the weekend.
It's definitely going to be the highlight of my career.
This is the moment history was made at the 152nd Kentucky Derby. Cherie DeVoe becoming the first female horse trainer to win the Kentucky Derby, with Golden Tempo and jockey Jose Ortiz. Golden Tempo starting in dead last, DeVoe watching on. As Ortiz guided the thoroughbred through the crowded field, DeVoe's excitement, like the rest of ours, growing to a fever pitch.
I just really couldn't imagine that I actually won the Kentucky Derby as a trainer, much less the first female thoroughbred trainer to win the Kentucky Derby.
DeVoe grew up around horses, eventually becoming an exercise rider at Churchill Downs before moving up as assistant trainer. She credits her husband for encouraging her to take the leap and become a trainer on her own.
He said, "You should really train on your own. You're very talented. and you have what it takes to make it.
In 2024, DeVoe taking home a Breeders' Cup win, saying then she wanted to become the first woman to win the Kentucky Derby.
I don't even have any words right now.
That dream becoming a reality this weekend.
I'm glad that I could be a representative of all women everywhere, that we can do anything we set our minds to.
I mean, what's better than that? The Preakness is up next in the race for the Triple Crown. DeVoe saying they would decide by the end of the week if Golden Tempo would be running. And another Derby first, brothers Jose and Irad Ortiz becoming the first siblings to come in the top spots. An emotional day for the brothers with their parents in the stands. So much to celebrate.
Yeah, it was fun.
There was a lot of emotion,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of emotion. I know you're going to be sticking around for our next hour because coming up, May the 4th be with you. Headed for a galaxy far, far away with these two special guests, the Mandalorian and Grogu, are here to celebrate Star Wars Day. They've even brought us an exclusive clip from the movie, so they're not going anywhere, right, guys?
Wherever I go, he goes. This is the way.
Okay, Ginger, you got something out of this universe for us as well?
Yes, almost. It looks like Tatooine, but really it's Newcastle, New Hampshire. You have to see this time lapse.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Spirit Airlines sudden shutdown, colliding with the busy summer travel season. What does the end of the budget airline mean for airfare across the industry? Could other airlines be in danger?
We are hours away from the Super Bowl of fashion, the Met Gala. This morning, who's stepping out and who's stepping back, including one of the world's biggest superstars, making an appearance on the famous carpet for the first time in a decade.
And may the 4th be with you.
Hey, never touch the buttons.
We've got some out-of-this-world guests.
Wherever I go, he goes. Strap in.
Celebrating Star Wars Day.
What are you waiting for?
With an exclusive look at the Mandalorian and Grogu.
This is the way.
As we say, good morning, America. Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Monday. Good morning, America.
And on this Monday, we have some very special guests in our studio this morning. But right now, I think they're taking a bit of a coffee break. We'll have more Star Wars fun just ahead. Also, we are kicking off our 6-week Shape Up Challenge. Our team of wellness experts, they have been assembled, and they're going to revamp your routine to help you meet your health and fitness goals.
It's that time of year. First, look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with the fallout from the shutdown of Spirit Airlines. The budget carrier shut down this weekend after running out of money, leaving thousands of passengers stranded. I want to bring back Chief Business Correspondent Rebecca Jarvis. Good morning, Rebecca.
Hi, nice to see you again, George. And Spirit has faced troubles for some time, but for the thousands of passengers and employees traveling with Spirit Airlines over the weekend, this came as a huge surprise. Many travelers were stranded after Spirit's last flight landed in Dallas. The airline's sudden closure comes amid rising fuel prices and just 9 months after Spirit filed for bankruptcy for the second time. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said over the weekend the airline was, quote, bleeding money. The Spirit collapse means more than 1,300 crew members are coming home and 17,000 Spirit Airlines employees are out of work. Spirit says most stranded passengers have made it home with other carriers like American, Delta, United, JetBlue, and Southwest, which all offered rescue fares that were capped around $200 to $300 with proof of a Spirit booking. If you have a ticket for a future Spirit flight, you should get an automatic refund. If you booked with miles, that will be handled by bankruptcy proceedings. And Robin, there are a lot of questions about what this means for prices in general. Prices are likely to climb if consumers keep paying them, and that's exactly what they're doing right now, Robin.
That's what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Now to the president of Cornell University, under fire for allegedly backing slowly into students after a group of protesters surrounded his car. The incident, you better believe, was caught on camera, and he is now responding. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katursky, you're back with more on this.
Good to see you, Robin. And there's a real debate about what happened at the Ivy League campus. It followed a confrontation over Israel's war in Gaza. Students say the president of Cornell University hit them with his car. He says he's the victim.
Am I allowed to stand here?
Ah! He just ran over my foot!
This is the moment students at Cornell University said the school's president, Michael Kotlikoff, bumped them with his car.
Am I allowed to stand here?
Ah! he just ran over my foot. Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God. He just ran over my foot.
A debate last week about the conflict between Israel and Palestinians and how the university responds to student protests spilled into the parking lot.
So we ended up kind of just walking with him to his car. He got into his car, and as we were still trying to talk to him, he just immediately started reversing into us.
Aiden Velasillo said Kotlikov backed into one of his classmates, then ran over his foot before driving off.
He reversed into one student, and kind of it accelerated a bit fast back into him. So as I stepped around to get a video angle of that, he rolled over the front of my foot.
In a statement, Kotlikov said he was accosted by students with a history of verbal and online abuse and disruptive protest. They continued to follow me to my car and then surrounded the car, banging on the windows, blocking the car and shouting, the statement said. Video released by the university shows Kotlikov's black Cadillac SUV slowly reversing while a handful of students stand there recording. Kotlikov said he used the car's rear pedestrian alert and automatic braking system to maneuver from the parking lot. The students said they wanted to discuss free expression on campus. Kotlikov characterized what happened as harassment and intimidation and said it was meant to silence speech.
Ooh, okay. We'll see what happens going forward. Thank you so much, Aaron. Appreciate it. Now to tonight's Met Gala, the biggest evening in fashion all year long. And of course, Deborah Roberts is going to be the one to give us a preview of what we can expect.
There's a lot to talk about.
Yes, there is.
There's a lot to talk about, and it's not just about fashion. Yes, it's finally the first Monday in May, also known as the most fashionable night on the calendar. But the Met Gala is getting underway this year with a bit of controversy, leading to a guessing game of who's stepping out and who's stepping back. The fashion world's star-studded party is likely to be one of the most watched events in years. Joining Vogue's Anna Wintour as co-host this year is Nicole Kidman, Venus Williams, and Beyonce, who's making her first appearance on that famous carpet for the first time in 10 years. The theme? Fashion is art, and it's likely to spark some head-spinning and memorable interpretations. But this year, with billionaires Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez Bezos as honorary co-chairs and financial sponsors, there's been a bit of a backlash, though the Met Gala has long been a party for the wealthy and well-connected. $100,000 ticket, anyone? But this year, there's harsh criticism that it's giving in to the billionaire class. There's been scathing social media posts all weekend, even posters around the city by an anti-tech activist group calling for celebrities to boycott the event. So we'll see what happens. New York's Mayor Zoran Mamdani has made it clear he's not coming. Right. We hear Zendaya isn't coming, although we don't know why. So the big question is going to be, who's going to be there?
But you're going to be there.
I'm going to be there, Robin. I'm going to bring it all. And I'm going to bring a little artistic fashion to the scene. So we'll do what we can while we report.
You always bring it. You always do, Deborah. Thank you so much. Of course. All right, we'll look forward to it. Coming up in our GMA morning menu, we are starting our 6-week Shape Up Challenge, and we called in, look at that team of health and wellness experts to get us going in the right direction.
Also, at May the 4th be with you, we're celebrating Star Wars Day with an exclusive clip from The Mandalorian Grogu, and The Mandalorian is here with Grogu.
Plus, Jamie Lynn Sigler is here to tell us about her powerful, vulnerable new memoir, talking about her decision to keep her MS private for so long, and so much more she's going to talk about. And Tori Johnson, special guest for Deals and Steals. Tori?
That's right, Robin. In honor of Mother's Day this Sunday, we are saluting all of these mom founders from phenomenal companies. They're here to bring you super savings on skincare, hair care, home cleaning, mahjong, and more. And it's all 50% off. That's coming up right here on GMA. You guys ready?
Than relaxing in bed, and I got to admit, I'm pretty comfortable here. But this spot is actually reserved for a special mom because it's all about moms, and we're at it again. About to surprise one incredible mom somewhere in America with breakfast in bed.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
And this year is going to be the most incredible surprise ever.
On Friday morning, just days before Mother's Day, you're invited to GMA's Epic Breakfast in Bed live celebration.
GMA Classic, surprising and deserving mother with breakfast in bed, surrounded by loved ones. That's this Friday. Right now, let's go to Robin.
It is one of our favorite times. This is our GMA cover story right now. We're kicking off a new series, 6-week Shape Up Challenge. You're up for the challenge. 3 GMA viewers have very graciously agreed to let us follow their progress as they commit to wellness and revamp their lifestyles, from the food they eat to their fitness routines. We're going to talk to our team of experts in a minute, but first let's meet the women taking on this challenge.
Time to play some pickleball. Who's going to win?
These three women are taking on GMA's 6-week Shape Up Challenge.
I just ended my workout and I'm still so sweaty.
Each committing to work towards the best version of themselves.
We're moving. Let's go.
Like 45-year-old Camille Parson, the Brooklyn-based events coordinator, is a busy mom of 2 young kids.
I am producing 2 large events this week, so I really haven't had a chance to do anything for myself.
Her goal? Fuel her day in a healthy way to not only feel stronger, but also to run faster.
Meal prepping is such an important part of my routine, and I keep it very simple.
Melina Vega is a lifestyle and beauty content creator living outside of Houston, Texas.
Balancing it all isn't always easy. Some days I feel really, really productive, but most days I feel very chaotic.
While the 34-year-old mom of 2 enjoys eating healthy and staying active, she hopes to reduce her overall stress and anxiety.
I'm just looking for a rhythm that works. One where I can show up for my work, my family, and myself too.
26-year-old Maggie Wagoda is a former college athlete.
Good morning, America!
The Poconos-based teacher and coach is ready to kickstart a new fitness routine and learn the nutrition basics.
I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm terrified. This opportunity is once in a lifetime.
We're excited because our health wellness experts are here. Registered dietitian, nutritionist Maya Feller, coach, fitness expert, and GMA contributor Robin Arzon, and our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Tara Narula. We give it a round of applause for the stars. These are the 3 stars that are here with us this morning. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy that we are doing this. And you 2 actually spent some time on the phone talking with them individually. And Maya, you wanted them to have a food diary?
Yeah, so Robin, I decided that they should log their meals because it would let me know about their meal patterns in terms of like if they're skipping and also the time of day. I had them log everything that they ate, drank, so that I could also see if there were nutrient gaps as well.
Because nutrition is a part of anything when you're starting a fitness.
Absolutely. So it's really important that they pay attention to the types of foods that they're eating and also the quantities over these 6 weeks.
Let's start with Camille, because she wants to run faster.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, Camille, I really wanted to ground her in a strong morning. So I wanted to give her some protein and fiber. You know, she works in nightlife, so sometimes she's capping off the day with alcohol, and that can actually set you up for that blood sugar high and low. And I really wanted to make sure that she could set her intentions every morning and say, all right, I'm gonna have these protein, fats, and carbohydrates, and it's gonna really give me a nice cascade as I go into the day.
A cascade like that. Melina, because she's working on stress and anxiety, that was really important for her.
Yeah, so I saw that Melina was really following a lot of trends, and I wanted to ground her in evidence-based nutrition, not just what was trending. She's also got high blood pressure, and she was doing salt in her water in the morning. I thought that she could actually remove that altogether, have low sodium bone broth or like ginger tea, something that had no salt, that she could put the salt later in the day, and then an after workout snack that was much more robust.
Okay, Maggie's my girl.
Yes,
because as
Maggie.
a former athlete, I remember when my former teammate looked at me and said, you let yourself go a little bit. So, not that I'm saying that about Maggie, I'm saying that's what I was told.
So the thing about Maggie that was interesting was that she kind of wasn't really eating foods that were serving her body, athlete or not. Like Rice Krispie treat in the morning with a banana, that's not nearly enough nutrition. So I wanted her to have options. Like I gave her 5 different breakfast options, like egg cups with spinach and a little bit of meat and veggie together, because I really wanted her to also have great flavor and make sure that she was in the habit of eating a balanced breakfast.
I love these food swaps because that's what it's all about. And let's get to the fitness aspect of it, my fellow Robin here. Let's start with the first.
So the movement plan has to fit the life, and you'll see across all 3 ladies, even though their goals are different, cardio and strength is an element in each of them, but the roadmap is a little bit different. So, you know, for our runner, she's trying to get faster. If you want to run faster, you have to run faster. And so we swapped one of her runs a week to do specific interval work. And she's gearing up for the New York City Marathon in the fall.
Is she really?
Yeah, so this is a really realistic roadmap for her to have a personal record in that race. But we're not just running. We are also adding lower body strength, specifically single leg work. So she's remaining injury free, and she's really powering up those muscles for literally the long race.
Yeah, intentional training.
Intentional training. And then Melina, more is not necessarily better. So Melina already had, I had each of these participants do a heat map of their week, so we could make sure that we were fitting in movement practices that made sense with their schedules and their lifestyles. She already had a 6-day-a-week training schedule.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I asked her to peel back a little bit of the strength training, layer back in 8,000 steps a day, and that's a number of steps that we're really seeing the cardiovascular benefits, the longevity benefits, the all-cause mortality benefits, and that component of having the 8,000 steps a day plus her strength training routine is meaning that more is not necessarily better. We're being more intentional with that 6-day-a-week roadmap and creating a minimum viable workout. So she's a mom to young kids. She has stress. So what is the minimum thing you can do in 15 minutes, even when life is challenging?
Oh, and it is for all of us. And I love how this is tailored because it's not one size fits all when it comes to anything like this. And how about Maggie?
Maggie's a former athlete. She's used to training in a team environment. Now we're linking that athletic self-coaching mindset and identity into an individual workout plan. But we're also anchoring it at least 1 day a week of fun, of pickleball, of basketball, of things that she's doing with her community. But she is training for a mud run, which is a running race.
Oh my goodness.
Climbing and jumping and crawling through mud. So again, we're marrying cardio plus strength training, which is key for all women, not just the folks who we're spotlighting today. And 3 days a week, she's going to be running and she's going to be lifting weights.
Oh my goodness, and I love how we're going to keep up with them. All right, Dr. Narula, you've been over there like nodding along.
These are such great tips.
I know, and because we often say anytime you're going to change what you're eating or how you're working out, you should consult your doctor if you're able to. And I love how the mud run and the marathon and these things, and some people might be thinking, okay, that's a bit much, but not for them. How can you be reasonable in what you are approaching, and how should you go about adopting a new lifestyle?
Right, so I think first of all, it's important to know that it's never too late to make changes. I think a lot of people think, I'm too old, I've been stuck doing the same thing. Never too late in your life to start this journey of changing your habits and your routine.
Good.
The second is, I think for a lot of people, they have these expectations of a goal they want to meet, and it can be so overwhelming that they almost turn off to it, right? So I say start small and just focus on the day-to-day wins that you have. Don't look too far ahead, and all of a sudden you look back and you realize, wow, I've made really significant changes. I think the second thing is set reasonable expectations, but in 6 weeks, you absolutely can start seeing changes in really important things like blood pressure and cholesterol. So lots to remember that a lot of these changes are happening on the inside. So it may not be reflected in the numbers you're seeing on your Oura Ring or anywhere else, but you're changing the hormones, you're changing how your body is functioning on the inside. Great to meet with a doctor to talk about any specific symptoms or risk factors or limitations that they might suggest in terms of how you start this routine. And certainly if you start to feel any symptoms, bring it up to your doctor.
Absolutely. Okay, we are just getting started. This is something that we're going to keep following. We are following Camille. I can't follow the camera to go to. Melina and Maggie's progress over the next 6 weeks. And our team of experts here will be back next week. More tips for them and for you at home.
Sophie is back with Pop News.
Hey guys, yes, we are wishing a happy May the 4th be with you to everyone in Pop News this morning. It's Star Wars Day, and we've got guests from a galaxy far, far away who stopped by the studio. Come on over. The Mandalorian and Grogu are here.
Yeah?
Oh, come on.
Come on over.
This is interesting. I've been searching for you for many parsecs.
Oh, and you found us. It's been 3 years since we last saw The Mandalorian and Grogu on our screens, and Star Wars fans are out of this world with excitement over the upcoming big screen installment headed to theaters in just a few weeks. And now our favorite duo has brought us an exclusive clip of the movie. Check it out.
What are you waiting for? Hop on. Hang on.
It would get him.
Not yet, sir, but we will.
We missed him. He's under us.
We have him. Fire.
Whoa. Grogu, what do you think? Right. You guys got that. Yeah, it seems like he's just as ready for the movie as we are. The Mandalorian and Grogu hits theaters on May 22nd. If you want to get a refresh on these characters, all 3 seasons of The Mandalorian are streaming now on Disney+. And next week, the stars of the movie, Pedro Pascal and Sigourney Weaver, will be here on GMA to tell us all about it. The Mandalorian, you got a lot of Star Wars celebrating to do the rest of the day. So thanks for stopping by.
The kid's coming with me.
Well, fair enough.
Good enough.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Sophie. And coming up, we're counting down to Mother's Day with Tori Johnson and deals and steals from companies founded by moms. Of course, everything is 50% off.
Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
Less than a week away from Mother's Day, Tori Johnson here with deals and steals from companies founded by moms. Good morning to all of you.
Yeah, we are excited. All right, George, we're telling you about Grande Lash.
Yeah, so Grande Cosmetics, I started this company 18 years ago because I had 2 children and I suffered from postpartum lash loss. And my lashes were short and brittle. Yes, we suffer through menopause, perimenopause, and you lose your lashes and brows. So these serums, Grande Lash and Grande Brow, the #1 lash and brow serums in the United States, are here today and can transform your brows in as little as 4 to 6 weeks.
And our viewers will attest to that. Big fans. You're a perfect model of it. They know it too. You've hooked us up because everything today is 50% off plus free shipping.
Of course.
Yeah, it's amazing. So
thank you. Thank you.
All right, George, we're taking your cleaning up a notch.
This is Lindsay Draws,
Yes.
right?
Yes, we really are. Our hero product is our multi-purpose surface cleaning spray, which gets people absolutely obsessed with Levant. It's a one-stop shop for cleaning your entire home. Your windows, mirrors, stainless steel counters, even more. You have to smell it.
You gotta smell it.
Oh, wow, it's really nice.
Right?
Yeah.
That is the reaction.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to prep him.
I know.
He knew it's that good.
It transcends across the entire line, and our hand soaps become a cult favorite. Glass bottles, completely refillable.
This is a gorgeous line. First time on GMA, so I'm excited to welcome you to the Deals family. All 50% off.
Right.
All 50% off. All right, we got a supermodel in the house,
Veronica,
George.
good to see you. How are you? Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
We do love Cora.
It's amazing. I started Cora Organics. I wanted results-driven skincare without unnecessary chemicals. I started this company 20 years ago. It's amazing. I start my morning with the foaming cleanser. Cleanses your skin. It's like a sensorial spa experience that you can have at home. And it doesn't strip your skin. We sell one every 9 minutes. And then I use our eye oil. This has gone viral on TikTok. It instantly sells out, like it's a trending product that it sells out. Has a rose quartz rollable. It helps with the pesky crow's feet, and it also sits beautifully underneath makeup so you don't have that crease.
And George, this is not only one for Allie, one for you, because we're talking
Both
about
my girls gonna
your
want it too,
girls
yes.
like this, but also your husband Evan uses this. So
my husband uses these products every day. It's good for females, males, and also my teenager who's 15.
Okay, we'll all take them.
And it's all 50% off.
Thank you.
Okay, George, Mahjong. Yes. This is an Oprah favorite, and you are all about teaching us how to play American Mahjong for the entire family.
Exactly. Mahjong is exploding in popularity. It is exploding in popularity, but you've probably heard it can be overwhelming to get started. So Mini Mahjong makes it simpler than ever thanks to our simplified pattern card. But the thing that I love about Mini Mahjong is that it is a complete American Mahjong set. So it is designed to grow with your family. It's kind of like golf handicaps where all levels of play can play together at the same table at the same time. See, look, I told you get it with the golf. Oh, I know, exactly. So it's compatible with the National Mahjong League card. It's family game night's back.
And that's why it was chosen as an Oprah favorite.
I think my handicap here would be as high as my golf handicap.
Well, it's a good one, and it's 50% off. Yes. It's a great one.
Nicole Parker, how are you? Good to see you.
Nicole ensures that we never have a bad hair day. You can preserve a great hair day even through a workout.
Well, I really created it because many moms and most women, we sacrifice our workout because we don't want to mess up our hair. And so I just decided 12+ plus years ago to create something that absorbs sweat, quick drying, and looks good.
Yeah.
And
check. Yeah, we can look like you. It looks gorgeous. And you can wear it on TV too.
Thank you. But you know what? I also I'm officially patented for cooling and UV protection technology.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Yes,
so truly checks every box.
Yes.
We've got a big variety of patterns, colors, styles, including your new socks, and it's all 50% off.
Yes. My socks are so good.
They are so good. I agree with that. They are so good. And then finally, George, this is all about tackling common hair problems.
So Ceremonia is a sensorial hair wellness brand that is powered by superfruits. Instead of using toxins, we want to use superfruits that smell good and do good. The aceite de mosca is the first step because healthy hair begins at the scalp, but most people don't have a scalp ritual, I realize. So this was our first product. You don't? Okay. say no mas to that. And then we have our guava leave-in conditioner. This is our global bestseller, award-winning, and clinically proven to eliminate frizz and add shine and seal split ends.
Every time you're here, all of this sells out.
This is always the best seller.
That is always the best seller. That leave-in conditioner, it smells so good, but it works even better. Your hair is proof positive of this, and it's all 50% off.
All right. Thank you, Tori. And thanks to all of you for being here. We partner with these companies on these products. You can get them at gmadeals.com. Go look at that QR code on your screen. That's going to take you there as well. And Tori's going to be back tomorrow with more deals and steals. Thank you all.
Now, this is one of those feel-good hits. We're talking about Welcome to Wrexham. It's getting set to kick off season number 5 already of the Emmy-winning docuseries. It's a small soccer team, big dreams. Kelly Carter sat down with the co-owners Ryan Reynolds and Rob Mack.
We are the first team in history to win back-to-back promotions.
Wrexham, the International's darling, is back for another season.
I think this is one of the greatest sports stories of the decade.
The small Welsh town and its professional football team returning to the spotlight in the docuseries Welcome to Wrexham.
Wrexham is just one step away from the top flight of world football.
As well as Hollywood A-listers Rob Mack and Ryan Reynolds. The close friends purchasing the club together back in 2021 and witnessing a Cinderella story unfold as the Red Dragons catapulted to the cusp of the Premier League in just a few seasons.
Hollywood could not have scripted a better story for you guys. So what has that been like for you guys to be a part of this at this point?
You would not believe it. If you read it in a script, you would
tone it down a little.
Yeah, tone it down. I mean, this is ludicrous. This could never happen. Like if it was earnest, I mean, it would have been ridiculous.
The movie The Matrix is more believable than this story.
Yes.
The third oldest football club in the world, almost going bankrupt in 2011, as residents also saw their share of hardship.
We never set out to make a show about sports, let alone about football. We wanted to make it about a working class town because we knew that people all over the world would see themselves reflected back.
Wrexham's story is far from over. The series now greenlit for 3 more seasons.
We've, I think, earned the trust of the folks in the town to tell their story, and they are now coming to us with their stories, and that's the thing I think that's been gratifying beyond measure.
Kelly Carter, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Our thanks to Kelly for that. And season 5 of Welcome to Wrexham premieres with the first 2 episodes on May 14th on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Now to Damon Wayans, who has had audiences, all of us, laughing for decades as he broke barriers while shaping the world of comedy. But he's taking on a serious topic and sat down with our Lori Bergamotto to talk about a condition that disproportionately affects people of color. Good morning, Lori.
Thanks, Ginger. That's right. His new role is focused on empowerment and education for people who may be impacted by a serious and often overlooked eye condition called diabetic macular edema. It's one of the leading causes of vision loss among people with diabetes. This segment is sponsored by Genentech, and they're teaming up with Damon as a spokesperson to spread the word.
Don't mess with me, man!
Damon Wayans is comedy royalty, breaking barriers on TV shows like In Living Color.
Homie, don't play that. War had made me very paranoid.
And through films like Major Pain, using laughter to spark dialogue.
What does it mean to you to touch so many people through your comedy?
It's a blessing to be able to laugh. It's even more of a gift to be able to make other people laugh.
Comedy runs in the family, but so does diabetes.
I have type 2. It was devastating, just to because it runs in both sides of my family. So I've seen people who didn't take care of it the way they should have, and what the ramifications are.
Now, as a spokesperson for our sponsor, Genentech, Damon is raising awareness about diabetes-related risks, like vision loss.
Well, I'm partnering with Genentech on the All Eyes on DME campaign, which is to bring awareness to diabetic macular edema, which is a disease of the eyes that affects disproportionately people of color. As someone living with diabetes type 2, I know that, there's a bit of a stigma attached to it. This campaign is about alleviating some of that fear.
Ophthalmologist Dr. Matthew Cunningham, also a spokesperson, specializes in DME.
Diabetic macular edema. It is the leading cause of vision loss due to diabetes and affects nearly 1 million patients in America. People of color have 2 to 3 times increased risk of developing vision-threatening issues due to diabetes.
And what are the early symptoms and signs?
DME can present in a variety of ways: sudden vision loss, blurred vision, double vision, distorted vision. The effects of DME can certainly be managed, but early action and treatment is critical to remember. Really critical to see your eye care provider to have the conversation.
It's a charge Damon is taking personally after sharing his story at a community event with experts and those at risk for DME.
I did a keynote, comedic TED Talk about my journey with type 2 diabetes, and just to kind of bring a little levity to it. And then I sat on this amazing panel. Lately I've been having my own issues with depth perception, tripping up stairs and bumping into doors. So when I go back to LA, first thing I'm doing is going to the ophthalmologist, because I got to get myself checked.
How do you plan on using comedy to bring awareness to DME?
Comedy is the key to unlock the door to conversations. I think people are just more receptive to hearing, about treatment. And there's a wonderful website called alleyesondme.com that people could visit and, get more information. Because life is hard enough without being able to see how hard it is.
Turning comedy into conversation. Our thanks to Damon for sharing his story, and to our sponsor, Genentech. You can learn more on GMA's social pages. Ginger?
Thank you, Lori. Coming up, we've got Jamie Lynn Sigler about to tell us about her powerful new memoir, about the experiences that have shaped her life and finding acceptance and, most importantly, hope.
I am delighted because back here on GMA, Jamie Lynn Sigler, known, of course, for playing Meadow on The Sopranos and also co-hosting the Messy podcast with Christina Applegate, now sharing her story. It is a beautifully written new book. It is called And So It Is, a memoir of acceptance and hope. It is, I just love seeing you. I really, really do.
I feel like I want to cry immediately when I sit down with you.
I was tearing up because I read it from cover to cover. You were so incredibly vulnerable. Why was the timing right for you to write this book now?
I think because I'm in the space where I feel safe enough to be as raw and vulnerable as I needed to be to write a memoir. I think memoirs can be incredibly healing. For me, the process of writing this book was as cathartic as it gets, to face countless stories and moments in my life that I have felt such shame about, that I have felt so alone in, to finally have this reckoning and give that version of me the validation of her experience, the love that I didn't open myself up to, the forgiveness, the grace that we all deserve. I got so much of that in revisiting my life, and my greatest hope is that this book is kind of like holding a mirror to the reader and reminding them to do that for themselves.
And they will.
I hope
they will.
so.
They will. I was reading it, and you feel like you know somebody as much as somebody will allow them to be known. And we have every right to keep things private, and you kept your diagnosis of MS private for about 15 years. Your family and immediate circle knew about it, but the way you write about it, Jamie, about how it really impacted, keeping that secret, how it really impacted much of your life.
Yeah, I mean, it impacted my relationships, my work, my body. I mean, carrying secrets are heavy, and there's a physical toll to that as well. And I think when you carry secrets for a long time, you start to also harbor these feelings of shame and guilt, and you start to question why you have it. And it's just, anyone that lives with any story in their head alone for too long, it never goes well. And, you know, I really thought I would take these stories to the grave. I really didn't think that they would have any value, but I think that people's experiences are different, but life, it brings us struggle and pain. It's just part of the human experience, and the feelings and the emotions that we feel are universal. And I think that as much as I share of what I was going through and hiding these parts of myself, I find a lot of people feel the same.
Yeah, it was just a chapter.
It was just a chapter. Yeah.
It's a chapter.
And I feel kind of brand new now. I do. I feel like I'm just starting out. I feel like my career is just starting, my life is just starting, because I've never been able to live so openly before.
And what other chapters of your life do you want people to know in reading your book?
Well, I also feel this is a love letter to my friends and my family and my husband and all the people that have carried those secrets for me for so long, and the people that desperately wanted to see myself through their eyes and believe in myself again. So the gratitude I have for them, and then of course for my Sopranos family. You know, I get to speak so much about them. Jim in particular. I'm so honored to be able to memorialize him the way I'm able to in my book, because he was a very special man. He took such graceful care of me. He had such respect for my process and the way I did things, but stepped in always at the right time when I needed him.
And just looking at his picture just brought you, I mean, that smile that he has. Your podcast with Christina, and I remember last time I saw you was talking about that, and it's really, it's first of all, it's funny as all get out. It's on hiatus right now.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, and rightfully so. And the way you have shared each other and helped each other in so many ways. We know that she's had some health issues lately.
Look, Christina, has shared openly about having health issues, but she is getting better and stronger every day. She is a tough lady, and she's amazing. We're in contact, so she's doing a lot better.
Okay, you are a tough lady. What lastly do you want folks to know about And So It Is?
That what happens to us does not define us. It is opportunities to grow. It is opportunities to reflect, come back to yourself. And perspective is everything. Your circumstances might not change, but when you shift your perspective, your life can be so much greater, and acceptance is the first step of that.
Yeah, hope.
And hope. And a lot of hope comes after.
That does. Well, you are a beautiful soul. That has never changed, and thank you. Vulnerability is a strength.
Yes.
And you have shown that, Jamie.
Thank you so much.
And So It Is. I love that. And So It Is, a memoir of acceptance and hope, is out tomorrow. And so it is. Have a great day.